like you're all alone, forgotten by a God you can't see, I don't know that there's a worse feeling than one that makes you believe there is absolutely nobody in this world who is for you. I'd be willing to bet that at one time or another, every one of us has experienced this feeling. I want you to know that you can trust God's word that says he will never leave you or forsake you. You can find that in Deuteronomy 31, where Moses was encouraging the Israelites to keep going to the promised land. I want you to resist the feeling that tells you you're alone. It's a big fat lie. If you go to Genesis, the Bible tells us on the sixth day God created man, and he created him in his own image. And for any of you who are parents, you know this represents a huge blessing. When your child looks like you, just even think about what that says about our relationship with God. After God created man in his own image, he created a woman from one of Adam's ribs, and he created her as a suitable helpmate to oversee the garden and to oversee every plant and every animal that he created. By God's design, we were created to be with him and to be with each other, not to be alone. From the very beginning, we were created for fellowship with God and fellowship with one another. Yet the enemy of our soul would have us believe that we're all alone. In fact, his main goal is to do just what he did back in the Garden of Eden, to separate us from God. He accomplishes that just like he did back then by having us question what God said. And when you remember that Adam and Eve actually spoke with God and they were deceived, it helps you to understand how easily we're deceived, but God. We don't have to remain separated from him. And when we're in relationship with God, we know we're not alone. If you're wondering, where do I fit in with all of this? Well, that's where the good news of Jesus comes in. The same loving God who created us in his own image also made a way that we could have relationship with him after sin separated us from him. God sent Jesus into the world because we could never be good enough. We could never regain what was lost that day in the garden with Adam and Eve's disobedience. We could never fix that relationship on our own. People have tried getting it right for years and completely failed. The law required sacrifice as a way to pay for one's failures. Left to ourselves, man became uglier and uglier, sinning more and more. If you look around at what a mess we've become, you will easily know that there aren't enough animals to sacrifice for all the wrong we've done. Jesus offers us redemption. It's a gift. No tricks, a simple gift. And all we have to do is open our heart and just receive it. The gift is wrapped in forgiveness, and every sin that we have ever committed or will commit is forgiven. People complicate things, and the enemy, God's enemy, our enemy, wants us to destroy our right relationship with God. Here's the good news, though. The battle has already been won. Jesus died a horrific death on the cross to pay our debt and to conquer sin for once and for all. And just accepting the gift that he gave his life for us assures us a right relationship with God. Because of what Jesus did, we don't have to hide in shame anymore. We're not alone, friends.